Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. That was Pencil, live in session with Pencil. So, Cam, can you tell us how you brought the lineup together for the band? Because there are a few different bands involved, aren't there?
Yeah, it came together pretty gradually, really. I have another project called Fake Laugh, and Tom on drums and Dom on bass. We did a tour together as a 3-piece in just before the pandemic with that project. And and then we liked the way that felt as a 3-piece. We hadn't played as that constellation before. And we were like, oh, let's come back to that when we're allowed to see each other again. So we did that, and then Kai moved down from Nottingham, and we'd toured together in Kai's old band, Cagoule. Fake Laugh and Cagoule did some touring together, and then we were looking for a guitarist, so we roped him in.
Happy to be doing it.
He says that. Yeah, he said. And then the final piece of the puzzle was Coco, who's to my right, and we met playing a show with a band called Flight, and you were playing in the
string section.
In the string section.
That makes sense.
So we played
a
show together before we'd actually met.
Right.
So then we met after the show, and we were like, "Oh, it's nice playing with you." And it was the first time I'd ever played with strings, so it was it was crazy. And then I think we chugged along as the 4-piece for a little while longer, and then eventually we were like, we want someone and something else. And then Coco was kind enough to offer.
Was it? Yeah, of course. I mean, and organic is a pretty naff word to use in this context, but it kind of feels like that, because also I read that you kind of started out thinking you were going to be doing more kind of pop, psych, fuzzy kind of material rather than what it's grown into.
Yeah, totally. That's kind of how it started, really. It's I had some fuzzy pop demos lying around, and I guess when we got Kai and we were like, oh yeah, Kai's good at that, so we'll continue down that road. And then somewhere along the line, I don't know, we started changing, and then really when Coco joined, it was like it all just clicked into place, and I switched to acoustic guitar, and Tom used his brushes or hot rods for those drummers out there who want to use the technical term. So it all kind of clicked into place once Coco joined, really.
Yeah, sure. Is fuzzy pop relate to Iggy Pop? It's a bad joke. Sorry, you don't even need to answer that.
Yeah, the son.
This is a strange cousin.
But so I also read that some Brazilian kind of psych crept into it as well, which you can kind of see, because I mean, if you think of Os Mutantes, and they were way ahead of the time, really, weren't they?
I actually don't know that band.
Do you not?
No. Do you guys know that?
Wow, well, you will know. I mean, Menina. Well, Menina. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, and they were must have been really the first Brazilian/Portuguese psych band.
Well, that shows how into it we are. Yeah. Don't know
Honestly.
the main band.
Well, that's amazing. You really do need to check them out. So, as you say, at one point you were just kind of like the traditional lineup. So, when Coco came into the frame, what did that immediately offer you? Because it's a different thing. There's Posse at the moment, who you will be aware of, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Which is a 3-piece, which is drums and bass and violin. Mm-hmm. And they sound unique as well. And it just really offers something completely different, doesn't it?
Yeah. I think it's kind of changed the writing process for us. I think we've all played in typical band, guitar, bass, drums before, and we got kind of used to the habits of writing in that setup. So I think this kind of just changed the way that we approached it, in the room.
Yeah.
And so I think it really changed the sound having.
I think it allows you to be
involved.
a lot more intricate as well, because it's such a different timbre and just the nature of bowing rather than strumming. Yeah. And the combination creates different textures. So
it's like you say, I mean, if you add a cello to any kind of format of a band, it immediately turns it on its head, doesn't it? So it's easy to do with a string instrument in such a way. Now, we were talking before outside, and the name Pencil, and it draws lots of kind of puns, like sketchy, and lead in the pencil, all this kind of stuff, But then you go and do it. You're inviting more of these on yourself, because it does say within your press release, Coco was drawn to pencil. Now, I don't know if that was intentional.
Didn't
I
notice
didn't
that.
notice that one.
You're
As someone
asking
who
for-
makes a lot of bad puns, I don't notice them when they're right in front of me.
Well, that one is, believe you me. So I also read, just before you do the next two tunes for us, I also read you've got a video compilation that it goes alongside this release.
Yeah, so there's two tracks that we've released, The Window and The Giant, and they both have videos which are made by the same director, Luke Ainger. They're like, I guess they're linked by the fact that he made
Same
them both.
mind,
Yeah, I think we're really happy with how they fit together, the songs and the visuals.
It's lots of little random things taken from YouTube and on offline, isn't it?
No, not so much.
I know what you're talking about though, but
Wait.
that was
Oh,
we had two videos. We ended up using a different one.
yeah, we
Strange
actually.
compilation I read
Yeah,
about.
although that might creep up at some point. Yeah, sorry, we probably should have changed.
Okay, I've just let the
We're
cat
giving
out.
you all the wrong information.
I've let the cat out the bag, which is absolutely fine.
That footage may emerge someday. It was basically we made a friend of ours imposed a sort of strange like collection of footage that he made onto that song, but we ended up doing something different. But you
did it to catch me out, didn't you?
Yeah, we just came here to just completely
Just destroy it all.
ruin the plan.
So you are playing tomorrow. You're playing at the George Tavern in London.
Yes.
The 20th of March, the Rescue Rooms with Folly Group. Also with Folly Group, you're playing the Scala in London on the 21st of March.
Yeah.
Have you got any more dates that have crept in apart from those?
We've got Ritual Union Festival in Bristol.
Yes,
Yeah, that's actually on here, and that says the 23rd of March as well.
that is
There you
true.
go.
Yeah.
Fab. Okay, so the first tune that I heard from you was The Giant, which again, is just markedly different from what you've done for us already tonight, and intriguing. And I did play it back to back with the Black Angels Death Song by the Velvet Underground. It sounded fantastic with it, I must say. So you're going to do that next for us, followed by Honest Song.
That's true.
Pencil, okay, live in session. Thank you.